All right, so hi everybody. Thank you for coming this beautiful afternoon. For anyone who doesn't know me, my name is Caitlyn. I'm one of the physical therapists at Elite Health Services. And today we're going to talk a little bit about some different drills that you can do to help improve cadence while you're running. Part of the reason I wanted to talk about this was it's actually a really simple thing that could solve a lot of issues with running form. I'm sure any runner here has heard about overstriding and basically taking too big of a step while you're running. And the reason why that's bad is it just puts a lot of stress and strain on joints that don't really need to have that stress and strain while you're running. So steps per minute or cadence can be a really good tool to help you improve that overstriding, kind of getting you in a better position there. And it's a really easy thing to do. So you could really just count how many steps you're taking per minute. I know that I have an Apple Watch. My watch tells me the average steps per minute during my runs. And there's Jack Daniels is a running coach, not the whiskey, but his rule of thumb is his elite runners should be running at about 180 steps per minute. That's a lot. And I know for me, when I started looking into this more, mine was around 160. I don't really have too many issues while I'm running, but I decided to start trying to increase my cadence. I'm at like 168 at the moment. Good rule of thumb is anything you're changing for really anything with running is start off with 5% change. So it might only be, between 5 and 10 steps per minute that you're increasing, getting up to that 180. And if it'll feel different while you're running. So just be conscious of that and don't push yourself too much and don't beat yourself up about it either. We got plenty of time. So I'm going to go through a couple of different drills that you can use as a warm-up. One other thing that you could do while you're actually running is using a metronome. They have apps on the phone. If you have an actual metronome, you could use that. And there's also apps that have steps per minute beat music. So you could choose kind of what steps per minute you want to go and find music that meets that beat. So we'll get into some of these drills. I'm going to set up my computer, make sure that everyone can see me. So these are great for warm-ups. All right. Just a little bit. Okay. So just really, my head's cut off a little bit. That's okay. More importantly is what the legs are doing. So these are in order kind of least impact to most impact. So I think this is the best order to do it in if you're using it as a warm-up. But feel free to kind of pick and choose from these drills and find ones that work best for you. So this one I like to start off holding on to something, and I've always called it leg cycles. I'm sure there's a million other names for it, but what you're doing is you're staying planted on one foot, you're bringing your knee up, and then you're trying to bring it down right underneath you again. So you're ending up cycling through the full range of motion that your leg is going to go through while you're running. And you're just doing it repeatedly on one side. And you could start off slow, kind of methodical like this, thinking about it coming up and going back down, and making sure that you're moving your leg and you're not moving your body to do so. So you could even engage your core a little bit and just hold there. Then you could start to go faster. And of course, doing the same thing on the other side. The next one, so that's a stationary one. You would do the same thing on the other side, like that. The next one is going to be more of a moving one. And because of constraints of the camera, I'm probably only going to move a couple steps. But you could do this over, if you're on the street, you could do it kind of in between light posts or, from that mailbox to the fire hydrant down there, whatever kind of landmarks you could use to make it relatively even. So it's called an A skip. So you're coming up into that same high knee position, toes up, knee bent, hip bent, and then you're coming back down. So in slow motion, it's kind of when you're adding in the skip part of it, now you're doing almost a little hop on each foot. So this, again, is a slow motion version. What is going to really help more with getting your feet underneath you is purposefully bringing your leg back down from the up position. So it looks like this. So this is something that you could do in place, as you can see here, but moving forward it would look something like that. And it's really about coming down and trying. I'm landing on this part of my foot here, so really more the forefoot, midfoot area. Landing on your heel, I wouldn't do that for this drill, so that's that. After doing A skips, another option is to do B skips. So these, for anyone who's done any track and field, is kind of like a hurdle drill. So you're bringing your leg up just like the A skip, and now instead of just bringing it straight back down, you're straightening your leg and pulling it down like that. So kind of combining the A skip and that cycle drill from the first one that we did. So it's up and down. It is not kicking your leg out like that and then just letting it fall down. You're purposefully breaking your leg down to the ground. So slow motion, like that, and then a little bit quicker, really more the pace that you want to go. And again, you can do it stationary as I'm doing here. It works a lot better if you're moving, this one especially. So, because then you're really having to hit and pull yourself through to make forward progress. Again, I'm landing on midfoot, forefoot area, the front two-thirds of my foot, and not my heel. And that's another good one. Again, it's not just kicking and bringing your legs down. That'll probably warm you up, but it's not going to do anything really too helpful for your forward. And the last one that I'll share with you here is looking at, I call this a gazelle drill. It's really just exaggerating the knee drive and the hip extension part of running. So you're ending up, I'm going to just show you that being in the air. You're ending up in a position like this, so a lunge, a runner's lunge, like that. But instead of being on the ground, you're up in the air. So this one especially is much better to do if you're able to move with it. But in place, I practiced a couple times before so I wouldn't fall, is like that. So knee drive, hip extension. So it's like that, that. When you're moving, I'll try to do a couple without hitting anything here. It's like that. So doing it in place versus doing it moving will probably give you two different things, but both can be beneficial for working on the mechanics of running. So like that. Another thing to think about with all of these drills, just move this, is you want to get your arms moving too. So instead of just having your arms kind of still or tight at your side, see if you can do opposite arm, opposite leg throughout all of the movements. So those are the drills that I wanted to go through with everyone. Does anyone have any questions about anything at the moment? Cool. Okay. So what I would suggest, try using those in one of your warm-ups to go out for a run. Today is beautiful. I would highly suggest going for a run right now. And I mean, I'm all basically ready now. It was hard. Sorry, I'm breathing a lot. And if you have any questions about anything, feel free to shoot me an email. And maybe this week, try counting how many steps you take in a minute. See where you're at. Cool. Thanks for coming, everybody.
Thank you, Kate.
Thanks, Beth.
Thanks, Kate. Great job.
Thank you.